So in book 3 here, Han and Leia are still trying to escape the factory in the AT-AT. A lot of the prisoners are getting cut down by the Imperials. Luke's still trying to escape on the speeder bike, with Vader following behind. Han and Leia pretty much doing everything they can to clear the way, even taking out a TIE fighter with the AT-AT. Pan over to the Falcon, which is pretty much rendered useless almost at this point by the native scavengers. 3PO dismantled, getting taken away, but Chewie's coming to the rescue. Chewie grabs some of the scavengers, rips C-3PO away from them, blasts a few of them, saving what's pretty much left of 3PO. Han and Leia, still in the factory, come across what looks to be like an entire battalion of tanks, speeders, AT-STs, more troops trying to take this AT-AT down. Luke, still on the speeder bike, has his lightsaber once again and is battling with another stormtrooper on a speeder bike, trying to get free of him. So now they're still fighting their way through. Vader is basically just walking behind them, through the wreckage, trying to figure out what to do, although he does get a report from the Overseer that they have managed to stop the meltdown of the factory. Han and Leia realizing that this must have been too long by now and the charges should have gone off. So some pretty awesome imagery here where Vader is trying to take down the AT-AT on his own by going after the ankle couplings, taking it one by one. Chewie back at the Falcon trying to do some repairs while 3PO lays on the ground, what's left of him. And then we see on the next page here, Vader completely dismantles the foot of the AT-AT. And the AT-AT comes crashing down. He takes out one leg for sure. The rest probably buckled when it keeled over. So Luke's still on the speeder, is blasting his way through all of the stormtroopers, trying to get to Han and Leia. Han and Leia keep trying to move, tell the slaves to run for the trash fields. Although Darth Vader wants nothing to do with the slaves. He doesn't care about them. He just wants the rebels to be caught and not to escape. So all of them are trying to escape. Luke turns back to Leia and says just to keep going. He has to do something about this or it'll all be for nothing. Tells him not to wait for him and speeds off on the speeder. Vader, getting wind of this from one of the stormtroopers, pushes him out of his own ship and takes over and gives chase to Luke, blasting his way through the factory again. So a few Imperial officers here thinking that the catastrophe has been averted when Luke comes blasting through on the speeder bike, taking out the power cores and starting the overload all over again. He keeps going. He gets hit by Vader eventually. He's now talking to his conscience or talking to his father that he doesn't know who that is just yet, telling him he'll never be the Jedi that he used to be. The factory explodes. He speeds off. Vader in the rubble, clearly upset, staring at the Falcon as the Falcon speeds away and back into space. So with everyone aboard the Falcon, they do make it to space, but there are 3 Star Destroyers incoming. They do have hyperdrive. Tell them to punch it, and they do hit hyperspace to escape. Vader still looking up at the sky. He's still trying to figure out who this boy is who just destroyed the weapons factory. Also on this page, Vader starts talking directly to Obi-Wan. He knows that he's starting to realize that this is the boy that he died to protect. But he still says he's going to find him and then turn him into Vader's weapon, and that Obi-Wan should always know that the dark side will always win. So traveling through hyperspace now, they finally have a time to regroup. R2 looks like he's starting to repair 3PO, and the few slaves and prisoners that survived are rejoicing just for the time being. Leia asking Luke if he's okay. He's pretty down on himself right now. He's saying that, that shouldn't have happened. They should all be dead at this point, saying that Vader was right and that, he's no Jedi, and that with Ben gone, how is he going to accomplish that feat? With these last couple of pages, we see a couple of random characters in a speeder on Tatooine, out in the old Dune Sea by the looks of it. They see Obi-Wan Kenobi's old house, I guess, where he used to stay. And they say, just keep an eye out for sand people. They don't want any trouble. They were just passing by, and they used to be an old hermit or an old wizard named Kenobi who used to live there. Then we pan over to the next page, and there seems to be still a box or some form of container with the words "For Luke" inscribed on the top. So pretty interesting to see what that would be in the coming issues.